So we're going to actually take our featured poet, which is Barry Curvin, and he was going to be performing afterwards, but we have time, and we thought, why not bring him on now? Okay, so please give a huge welcome to Barry Curvin.
Hi everybody, it's 40 years on from Band-Aid, and now I am a Band-Aid. My name is Barry Curvin, and you don't need to introduce yourselves because I know who you are. You came to a 2 to 3 hour poetry reading. I know exactly who you are. Verbivores, wordsmiths, third eye opticians, second sight optometrists and backstreet phonicians, poets from Ireland, from near and from far. Used to be's, wannabes, currently are. Welcome, dear friends, to this poetry bazaar. Welcome to the bazaar of the phonetic farmers, the syntactic snake and serpent charmers, the jacks who trade the family cow for a bag of magic beans, compounders of phrases, exploders of words, testers of proverbs, of pens and of swords, the Jills who choose to climb upon rather than eat up their greens. Welcome to the bazaar, where domestic produce and exotic spices, uncertain virtue and decided vices are displayed while the reticent make speeches. Speeches that highlight the twilight and dazzle the dark, where the cat's meow or a carnival bark form a backing track to real men eating quiches. Welcome to the bazaar, where us all homemakers, travelling traders, trafficking queer quips and questionable quotes, proffer poems we have pickled or saltily cured, the beers we have brewed and the whiskey matured for our patent recipes, snake oil, antidotes. Welcome to the bazaar, where the rough diamonds on sale form the grit that may see just one cultured pearl among pale pasty beads. I trade my prize-winning pumpkins for your piece of bruised fruit, as we display our dysfunctional children in their Sunday best or their birthday suit. For we are those jacks who trade the family cow for a bag of magic beans, the Jills who choose to climb upon rather than eat up their greens. We're the nurseries of rhymes when reason strays, the fetchers of water, the breakers of crowns, who'll set the first dominoes toppling down. We're the Jills of each and the jacks of all tirades. So on behalf of these poor impractical phonetic farmers, these syntactic snake and serpent charmers, this alliance of rebels, never short of a clause, who hide our triumphs and will flaunt our failings and will chain ourselves to our own railings, I can but offer my thanks and implore your applause. Thank you. Poetry, and poets, a lot of poetry is very angry, and the reason it's angry is because poetry has a lot of enemies. And if we were to look at the hierarchy of who are the enemies of the poet, you might be surprised, because you might think it's the fascist regime, it's big pharma, big business, it's the military junta, it's fundamentalist religions, but no. The greatest enemy of the poet is the musician. If it wasn't for musicians, we would be the rock stars. There would be no MTV, there would be PTV. And PTV Cribs would be looking at my shed where the magic happens. So I wrote this poem, and it's called The Power of Poetry, estimated 15 watts. Your words may be wise, win a Pulitzer Prize. With a bard you may jostle and mingle, but screw erudition, you are no competition for a beat or a half-decent jingle. A G and a C and a D outweighs your wide vocabulary, no matter if they're major, flat or sharp. All that old lip flapping won't get those toes a-tapping, regardless of the theme on which you harp. Your verse can be sharp as a needle, but a tune that's as thick as a brick will take you to the cleaners and make you fucking sick. Oh, you can bawl your verse out loud to a sympathetic crowd. It's quirky, but it's not a violin. For all your verbal antics, phrasing and semantics are the tuneless notes with which you're fiddling. Oh, there are tricks, there are tools, and if you follow some rules, a rhythm of sort, it will come. But who are you fooling? All your iambic schooling still can't make it sound like a drum. Oh, you're insightful, you're deep, your voice with honey might seep. Of genius, you may have more than a whiff. Some followers you will find, but you lose those hearts and mine when someone grabs their gonads with a riff. So go, maximize your metaphors, streamline your similes, record CDs and MP3s that no one ever plays. I'd like to be retired, inspiring, but think about retiring. For what's the striving poet got to do but maybe root around at home for a tissue and a comb and compose some brand new opus for kazoo? Because no matter what you muster, the bombast of your bluster, regardless of the terror of your thunder, your aces will be trumped and you will be gazumped by some wimpy, wet and witless one-hit wonder. Because you can tell folks what they need to know, but they just want what they want. You might think I'm bitter, but I'm a poet. I'm piquant.
We've got everything back working again, so we're getting into the voting part. So Barry will come back and do a little bit more for us in the open mic section. The problem was with this, so that's why we're doing this now. So anyway, back to Sheila.